Literally everybody on Earth knows what Pokémon is. It cannot be understated how monumentally huge of a franchise it is that's fully diversified itself in every way. There's the mainline video games, there's spin-offs of the spin-offs. Pokemon Go, the card game, the anime movies, the live-action movie of a spin-off, and more. Shout out to the stop-motion one though, peak Pokemon fiction. So obviously they fully dived into physical products as well, it's just a no-brainer. With this series literally based on having hundreds of colorful marketable creatures, it's a match made in heaven. And as we've seen time and time again on this channel, with great popularity comes greatly cursed products. Ever since the 90s, the Pokemon product machine has been hard at work grotesquely stretching Pikachu into as many different products as possible, occasionally taking other Pokemon along with him. For every good piece of Pokemon merch, there's an equal amount of absolutely cursed ones, usually from the 90s when they had a much lower quality standard, or just straight up knockoffs. So today, I thought it would be pretty fun to catch them all by collecting as many cursed Pokemon products I could find, and throw them all onto this bedroom image so we can have the ultimate cursed Pokemon sleepover party. This video is sponsored by Zen Market. Japan has so many online shops that only ship to you if you literally live in Japan, but thankfully with Zen Market, that's not even a problem anymore. Zen Market unlocks a whole new world of online shopping for exclusive Japanese items, like this weird Pikachu from Japanese Amazon, or this cursed Bidoof from Rakuten, or I can bid on this Pikachu calculator on Yahoo Auctions. I can even buy these cursed fellas from the Japan-only Pokemon Center website, just by copy-pasting the link and letting Zen Market do the rest. Or you could just browse Zen Market's own website for things like rare Pokemon cards, anime figures, Japanese brands, and more. Basically how it works is the item gets sent to Zen Market's own address in Japan. They put everything you ordered into one box to save shipping costs, then send it right to your door. And if you're ever confused on the process, they've got lots of handy tutorials to help you get started. Just make sure to sign up with the link in the description or use code Polygon Donut to get a free 1000 Zen points on your account, which is equal to 1000 yen by the way. Thanks to Zen Market for the sponsor, now back to the video.
Pikachu!
Before we start our journey on catching them all, let's make this boring out bedroom a little more Pokemon-y, if that's even a word. First off, I went searching online for inspiration and found some photos of people painting a whole Pokeball design on the walls. So I got to work and tried my absolute best to recreate it in Photoshop, and I think it ended up looking surprisingly good. And next I made the carpet grass colored to represent the abundance of grass in all the Pokemon games. We obviously want some natural sunlight coming in, so let's open up this big view into Nimbasa City and another little window into our beautiful private backyard that we'll decorate later. Now that we got the perfect Pokemon themed canvas, let's absolutely ruin it with some cursed products, starting out with the furniture. Obviously, we're gonna need somewhere to sleep, because this is a sleepover party after all. So good thing I found a plethora of weird knockoff Pikachu sleeping bag bed things. They kinda look like they just freaking skinned a giant Pikachu. Kinda like those bear rugs. Even though this is incredibly immoral and detrimental to the natural Pokemon ecosystem, I'll just go ahead and place a few of these in our room. Although the most insane official Pokemon bed-related item is the Gengar futon. It's not really a bed, but I guess you can use it as one if you try hard enough. It's just this Gengar thingamajig with a really long tongue you can roll out, and there's various goofy looking photos of a businessman showing off all the different sleeping positions it offers. But out of all the Pokemon to also get turned into a sleeping bag, we have the freaking official Metapod sleeping bag. Shout out to like the 2 Metapod fans out there just going absolutely ballistic about this. The photos of the guy using this thing are even more ridiculous than the Gengar, because you literally just wear its freaking skin. So I'll just shove that into the corner. We'd probably have to rock, paper, scissors on who's forced to use that one tonight. But to make this room even cozier, I'll also just throw down this random knockoff Pikachu chair I found online that looks incredibly cursed. I just love when they grotesquely stretch out the character into such weird shapes, it's so funny looking. We're probably gonna want some storage too, so let's just use this official Bidoof ottoman as like a bedside table sort of thing. This dingus released in July of 2024, and it's so funny looking. They just stretched this Bidoof into a cube, then ripped open his spine to store things inside. As cursed as that sounds, it still ends up looking really cute. I honestly want one. I love Bidoof. What a funny little doofus. Anyways, to continue our efforts in making this room even cozier, let's also start throwing on some cursed Pokemon plushies too. So let's start out with our favorite brand, Play by Play. This company is infamous for making the most inaccurate plushies in the early 2000s, such as the infamous Play by Play Sonic plushie. And thankfully, they also made an absolutely cursed Pikachu plush in 1999. I just had to see this scoundrel in person, so let's go take a look. Oh my god, he's so funny looking. Look at his pepperoni sliced cheeks. What the frick? Why are they 3D? His mouth is all like, "Ugh." What a funny looking specimen. Pikachu bowling. You should be catch. Oh my god. Oh. The quality control on these Pikachu plushies is also insanely low, because almost every single photo looks like a completely different creature, and the random variety of different sizes doesn't help either. Some of them have weird fingers, and others just have nubs. Sometimes their eyes are too close together, and sometimes they're too far apart. Some of them have a big smile, and others just look like they're in the middle of eating something. And this one doesn't even have a mouth. Anyways, you get the point. This thing is so freaking cursed. So let's just drop this fat little guy right here on the bed. And also another one too for good measure. Although Play by Play strikes yet again because they made many other Pokemon plushies that are just as cursed as the Pikachu. Like, just look at this freaking Meowth or this Eevee, but the Charmander one looks the absolute most ridiculous. Why does he have boogers? Like, I get they're trying to make it look like there's fire coming out of his nose, but it just looks like massive red boogers. How did they genuinely think this was a good idea? And the way his teeth just grotesquely flop out of his mouth. He looks like he got hit by a freaking car. And once again, he just looks slightly different in every photo. This goober is so ugly, we just have to put him in our room too. Although next we have this weird looking Pikachu from 1997 that has light bulbs as cheeks. The eBay seller included a video, and apparently if you press the button on his hand, he just shakes around and lights up. I don't even know what the frick they were trying to get across with this. Is he having a seizure? Is he okay? Do I need to call an ambulance? Anyway, speaking of Pikachu plushies where his cheeks light up, I present to you the official 1998 Talking Pikachu I Choose You plush. Once again, this guy just looks so weird. What is up with 90s Pokemon merch just looking slightly wrong in the best way possible? It's absolutely in the cute ugly territory, and I'm all for it. And this time his cheeks light up from underneath his skin. He eaten red light bulbs. I love how the whimsical 90s commercial just treats it like he looks normal. Just look at the little guy sitting on the log. They have no shame in his funny little scrunched up face, proudly presenting pictures of him on the box art too. I quickly fell in love with this little rascal, so I just had to buy one for myself.
Wow.
Oh, he looks so weird. Do you love him? Boom, boom. So let's see if he actually lights up still. This thing is very old. For the moment of truth. Oh!
That's it.
That's all he does?
We're bringing him into the pitch black bathroom.
Why is it scary? We didn't even light up that time. Wait, the lights don't work anymore.
Oh, the light bulb is burnt out.
Okay, back to the video. Well, next let's look at a much more recent Pikachu plush, the wrinkled Detective Pikachu from 2019. He is 80 years old. Why does he look so sad? He has stage 4 dementia. After doing a bit of research, there's this one moment in the trailer where he's all sad, and it became such a huge meme on Japanese Twitter. So they ended up making a plushie specifically based on this frame. Next, we should probably get some kind of pillow to sleep on. So good thing there's an official Pikachu pillow pet that released in 2010. Pillow pets are always such a delight to see in these videos. I love how stupid they always look with the square body and head jutting out. Such funny little dinguses. Anyways, that's enough plushies for now. So the next order of business is making sure we have a good lamp to light up the room at night. Who knows, maybe we're playing the Pokemon card game or one of the many Pokemon themed board games at 3 AM. So let's plug in this disturbingly cursed knockoff Pikachu lamp, and when you turn it on, his entire body glows with electric radiation. So here is the artist rendition of how it would look like to sleep in this room so far. Absolutely terrifying. Shout out to Tyre for the artwork. Let's also make sure we can actually wake up in the morning and choose from the many incredibly cursed bootleg Pokemon alarm clocks. My favorite part of knockoff alarm clocks is that it's literally impossible to predict what sound will play as the alarm. You will never be prepared for what happens when you wake up in the morning. So first off, we got this peculiar little guy. Let's see how he sounds like. And next we got this weirdo. Let's take a look. Wait, stop it! What the frick? Stop! That's so annoying! Just imagine waking up to such a horrible sound. Oh my god. Although next we have the most horrifying video of all time. It's literally shot like a scene in Skinamarink. This is insane. And when it's time to wake up, this happens. I cannot imagine the sheer terror of waking up to this fat Pikachu blob making these sounds with his flashing red eyes staring deep into your soul. And why does it have to play horse racing music of all things? Anyways, I'll just build a nice little shelf right here and place my favorite one on the top. But before we go to sleep, we're probably gonna want to hang out in our backyard. So let's go ahead and make the backyard the perfect place for a Pokemon-themed pool party. Looking back at my other videos in the series, any good cursed backyard definitely needs some terrifying cursed knockoff bounce houses. First up, we got this one where you go in between Pikachu's legs, but it's like so weirdly cut out from his body. Also, I love how back here it just says catch 'em all in default Arial text. There's also this one with a big ol' fat Pikachu jutting out of the top, which looks hilarious. And finally, this one that's just utterly horrifying. What is this actual Pikachu skinwalker? We also have an entire pool in our backyard, so let's make sure we get a bunch of floaties so you don't drown. Which would totally ruin our party, by the way. So good thing the official Pokemon Center website sells a wide variety of pool floaties where they grotesquely stretch out the Pokemon into various buoyant shapes. Pretty much all of these look absolutely ridiculous and cursed. I love them so much. You got Pikachu, Psyduck, Snorlax, Ditto, Magikarp, Lapras, Mantike, Slowpoke, Piplup, and even Wailord. There's even a freaking Spheal beach ball, which is amazing. Shout out to Spheals, they're awesome. And even a Jigglypuff beach ball too, which is so funny looking. It's actually summer over here in Australia right now, so I just had to buy one of these. So here you go.
Bro's already red.
Cut the camera.
A few moments later. 2 hours later.
Yes, it's getting there. Dude, I'm actually gonna faint.
Later that same evening.
Bro,
Okay, that's the last bit.
it's so done. Oh my
Gosh,
gosh.
it's so big. Okay, also, I got some of these official cursed Pikachu sunglasses. There's a few other ones, so put those on screen in the future. Hell yeah! Cut to when we find a pool to use this in.
The next day.
Hell yeah, we found a pool!
You look so deranged. This is what.
Oh! That was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Oh, Jesus.
I'm sopping wet.
Sopping wet cat. Oh my.
Anyways, that Pikachu floaty is absolutely ridiculous. I have to add it into our backyard. But honestly, I'm just gonna add literally all of these just in case there's a bunch of people at the party. Obviously on a hot summer day, we're gonna want some kind of ice cream or popsicles to help cool us down. So the perfect snack for this party would be some good old cursed Pikachu ice cream bars. I pretty much always end up mentioning these character ice cream bars. I just love melted horrors beyond comprehension. Only the most iconic characters get the prestige of being turned into one of these. Usually there's tons of cursed photos of them being all melted or with multiple eyes, but for some reason photos of the Pikachu one are incredibly rare. I only found 3 actual pictures of them, and they're so horrifying. Other than that, there's just box arts of what it's supposed to look like. And sometimes the box arts feature a mystical Gengar bar too. And there's only 1 photo in existence of it? These are the only 2 Pokemon ice cream bars that have any evidence of even existing at all. And who knows, there might be even more out there that just got lost to time. At least there's lots of silly fan-made artworks of other Pokemon as ice cream bars that are pretty fun to look at. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of plants in our backyard that probably need to get watered. So good thing there's this terrifying Squirtle watering can. Look at him using his water gun attack on the plants!
Water gun attack now! Squirtle.
Although the funniest part of this gizmo is that it's shown multiple times in the Pokemon anime, including this alternate design that looks even more ridiculous. And it's also in the Pokemon games too as an item. Major bonus points to in-universe cursed items. I'm a huge fan of those. So let's just place them down right here in the backyard. And with that, our Pokemon-themed pool party backyard is finally complete. Although after the pool party, we'll probably want to eat some dinner. So let's head back inside and start filling up our kitchen with some cursed Pokemon food. And the first Pokemon meal option we'll have is... Wait a second. Is that pasta pieces shaped as the characters? This is another running joke in my videos. I absolutely love it when they make pastas shaped as the characters. There's only so much you can do with a literal piece of pasta, so they usually end up unrecognizable. They released a red can and a blue can, just like the video games, which is an insane level of committing to the bit. And before we continue, let's play the classic cursed pasta guessing game. First off, here's all the pastas from the blue can. Go pause the video and try to guess which Pokemon these are supposed to be. And here's the answers. Comment down below if you got any right. And yes, that first one is just Ash Ketchum himself. But wait, time for round 2. Here's all the pastas from the red can as well. And here's the answers. Round of applause if you got those right as well. But wait, there's still one more round because there's also official Pokemon mac and cheese as well. So here's all the mac and cheeses. Go ahead and guess. And finally, here are the answers. If you got every single one of those right, give yourself a big old pat on the back and a gold star. Before we move on, I also want to point out that there's this really funny commercial for the pasta that suggests that you're eating living Pokemon. Like, they're literally running away from the fork in horror. This is not okay. The mac and cheese commercial is way more whimsical though, being this incredibly charming early 2000s 3D animated masterpiece. Anyways, after dinner, we'll probably want to eat some dessert. So let's take a look at the many homemade, horrifyingly cursed Pokemon cakes I could find across the internet. These homemade monstrosities are incredibly charming to me because clearly a loving mother tried her absolute hardest to make a Pikachu cake for her son's birthday, but just didn't have enough skill to pull it off. Decorating a cake probably takes so much more skill than you would think. At the end of the day, I absolutely love these creatures, so thank you to whoever made them. I respect you. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and make fun of the worst ones. Oh my god, why is he shaped like that? No! La Creatura, look at that silly guy. Hopefully nothing bad happens to him. No! He's so bulbous. And why he's so ear? Get your big eye ears out of the way, I can't see the caption. He got ran over by a semi-truck. Why is he actually so flattened? What happened to him? Why do his cheeks look like that? I'm not gonna say anything. His eyes are popping out of his head. What the frick? This is terrifying. He looks like he's just going... Why is this literally just a lump of Pikachu? It's kind of cute though. And finally, we have this one, which looks like it came straight from the pits of hell. What's even funnier is this is actually from an Amazon review of this Pikachu cake mold. He even gave it 5 stars, hell yeah! But I feel so bad because every other review posts pictures that look so much better. Bro actually got mogged in the Amazon reviews. And as one more bonus cake, we also got a Charmander one. Although he just looks like a salamander. That's not Charmander. That's just the salamander. I'm too lazy to choose just one of these scrumptious cakes, so I'll just set up this table and place literally every single one of them for everyone to choose from. Well, after we've had our Pokemon pool party, dinner, and dessert, we'll finally go to bed in our cursed Pokemon room and wake up wanting some cursed Pokemon breakfast too. The most important meal of a Pokemon-themed day. First off, we'll obviously want some cereal, so let's check out the classic early 2000s Kellogg's Pokemon cereal. But wait, guess which Pokemon these marshmallows are supposed to be? And here's the answers. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Anyways, the box art of this cereal is so incredibly full of whimsy. I love it so much. The swirly blue background, Pikachu holding a giant spoon.
Only a spoonful.
And the Pokemon text is metallic shiny gold. And even the cereal itself is whimsical with the Pokemon-shaped marshmallows. Although the commercial for this stuff features something absolutely horrifying.
Look, it's Pikachu. Pika Pika.
Obviously, they're trying to say, Mom makes such terrible Pokemon breakfast, try our Pokemon cereal instead. But like, the commitment to the bit is insane. What is that monstrosity? Cursed Pikachu scrambled eggs? Although Kellogg's didn't stop there, because they also released Pokemon-themed Pop-Tarts in 2000 as well. Pokemon was at an all-time high in the early 2000s, literally being nicknamed Pokemania, so there's a lot of Pokemon food from this era. Anyways, the Pop-Tarts are just as whimsical as the cereal. I'm so obsessed with this box art. I literally recreated an animated version of the blue swirly background just for this video. That's how much I like it. And don't even get me started on the sprinkles shaped as the characters. The attention to detail is insane. Although obviously since they're just tiny sprinkles, when you look really closely at them, they look so stupid. Like, how is this misshapen blob supposed to be Chansey? And how is that Charmander? They also made another flavor called Pokeberry, and for some reason it's just way less whimsical than the other one. Like, what is this MS Paint graphic design is my passion looking at? And the Pop-Tart itself is also just blue with circular sprinkles. But wait, they're Pokeballs! Yeah, Buster, you're just being lazy, come on. Although they do have this insane looking poster that I absolutely adore, with the Pop-Tarts flying out of this magnificent Pokeball toaster. So I'll just throw that poster up in the background, it's so sick. Although the fact that they invented this insane looking Pokeball toaster just for this poster and never made it a real thing is genuinely criminal. So good thing over 20 years later in 2022, they finally made something similar by releasing this real-life Pokeball themed toaster. And of course it also burns a picture of a Pokeball on your bread as well, why not? It doesn't look as cool as the one from the poster 20 years ago, but the fact that it's actually real after so long makes me really happy. Although another thing we could put in the toaster is yet another early 2000s Kellogg's item, the Pokemon themed Eggo waffles. I have so much nostalgia for the Eggos with pictures on them, so these are really cool to me. I also love seeing what randomly generated selection of Pokemon they'll use for each product. This time being Pikachu, Togepi, Marill, Gengar, and Elekid. I just think it's really interesting that there's hundreds of Pokemon, and every single time they make a product, they can only represent a random few. Well, now that the kitchen is fully stocked up, let's go back to the bedroom and move on to the final section, Cursed Pokemon Toys and Gizmos. First off, I'm just gonna build another shelf right here, and now let's start filling up all this empty space with as many random cursed items as possible. Starting out with the Pikachu talking calculator. This doohickey released in 1999, and as you can see, they just surgically added calculator buttons onto his stomach. And for some reason on the back of the box, it also says something about how you could use it as an alarm clock too, somehow. I don't know what the talking part is supposed to mean, so let's go ahead and test it out for ourselves. Alright, let's see if this thing works. What math problem should I put in, Chibi? What does 1 plus 1 equal 2?
So they all do different stuff.
Every single button makes a sound. Number 7 is my favorite because he just goes. Wait, hold on. This is a calculator, so we do have to do the good old. No way, guys. Pikachu didn't just say that. Imagine taking a math test at school and like you pull this out like
In the middle of a quiet concert hall.
yeah. Like, back to the video. Well, speaking of talking Pikachu items, there's also this Gizmo gadget that's apparently a talking Pikachu magnet. But why did he eat in bees? Look how big his cheeks are, what the frick? My fridge is begging to have this doofus attached to it, so I just had to buy it. And here we have the little doofus in real life. And now let's finally find out once and for all what the talking part of talking magnet means. What? What the hell? Is that the only one he does? I'm gonna go put this on my fridge. Put him on the fridge right next to Hatsune Miku.
Oh my god.
He eats so many bees though.
It like pushes in his whole body.
Like they're best friends. Back to the video. Although for the next item, the stars have aligned. My hyperfixations have merged together with the official Pokemon fingerboards. I've been slowly getting into doing fingerboard tricks, so when I saw that they officially made Pokemon ones in the early 2000s, I had to try them out. Finally, Pokemon fingerboard. And here's the design I got on mine. Oh yeah! Here it is compared to an actual professional fingerboard. It's so much smaller. And the top doesn't even have any good texture on it. And these just don't even move at
at all. Like, there's barely any control with this thing. I tried to look online for videos of people doing tricks with these things, but I couldn't find anything. So I might actually be one of the very first people to ever record actual tricks with this. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I can even do anything on this. Oh, oh, wait, that was something. Oh, wait, whoa. Nice. Let me see if I can do a little bit of a grind here. Hell yeah. Wait, that is actually so much easier than I thought it would be. Oh, no. Oh my god, that was sick. I can actually do things with this. I genuinely thought it was gonna be so much worse. Oh no. Alright, let's see if I can jump over this cursed Pikachu plushie. Here we go. Oh my god. I can't believe this thing isn't even that bad.
Well, surprisingly, they're not actually that bad to use. Like, it's actually kind of fun, and the design is so cute. It's still not great, but if it was just a little bigger, it would basically just be a tech deck. But now, we have the most terrifying knockoff Pikachu item I could find. The evil cursed flying Pikachu helicopter doodad. There's not much to say about it, so let's get to unboxing and try to cause some chaos with this thing. And here he is in real life. And since this is a knockoff, we obviously got some goofy English to read, such as come and collect, induction vehicle, whatever the frick that means. And also, who the frick is this imposter down here? What even are these creatures? They're not Pikachus. Also, who the frick is that? That's not Ash Ketchum. That's like Ash release them or something, I don't know.
It's time to unbox the wretched creature. The foul beast will be unboxed.
Wait, no. Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's actually horrifying.
The wretched creature.
That's not even meant to be Pikachu
The
at all.
wretched creature.
See if it turns on. It does not turn on.
Alright, got it. If it breaks, it's fine, right? Jesus Christ! Hey, don't punch it! Why would you do that? Oh, it's just stuck on the roof. Go on, get it. Oh. What do you think you're doing? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wretched creature. Back to the video.
Okay, for the next item, we're gonna talk about marbles again! My last video was an entire video about just marbles, and I somehow didn't end up mentioning the official series of Pokemon marbles that released in the late 90s. They basically printed little pictures of every single Pokemon on different marbles for you to collect, and they even released these giant display cases to hold them all in. Although these things are so incredibly rare and expensive now. This display case with all the marbles in it literally cost $1,000, and this singular marble costs over 30 bucks. But as you can see from the little sold banner, I obviously bought this one.
No way, Pikachu marble in real life, let's go! I love him! I was gonna put him on a little marble track, but he's kind of bigger than normal marbles, so that wouldn't really work. So yeah, back to the video.
These marbles are so silly, so I will drop a display case right here in our room. But speaking of Pokemon balls, well, not that kind. I was trying to like make a joke, but we got the official Pokemon bouncy balls. In 1999, they made an entire series of collectible bouncy balls with 3D Pokemon inside. And I don't know why, but I kind of love these things. They're so silly looking. One of my cat's favorite activities is chasing bouncy balls around, so obviously I needed to get one of these. Here you go.
Look how funny he looks in the little ball! Get him out of there! He needs a Pikachu!
Well then come get him.
Oh my god! Oh, oh.
Look at him watch it bounce.
Back to the video, back to the video.
Although, once again, we're gonna talk about even more Pokemon balls. The series of Pokemon Jammers released by Hasbro in 2000. It's just this series of a bunch of Pokemon unnaturally squished into a ball shape, and they look so cursed. And for some reason, all it does is it just says voice lines when you hit it really hard. Like, these are just such a weirdly confusing item. Not only are they ball-shaped for literally no reason, but they just say voice lines. And they only say them when you hit them really hard, which means you're just gonna end up breaking it. And probably because everybody ended up breaking theirs, these things are incredibly rare now, sometimes being 70 USD for unopened ones. And for some reason, on the back of the package, there's a really mysterious warning. If your unit begins acting erratically or becomes unresponsive, press reset button on back of character. What does that mean? If it begins acting erratically? Are these things freaking haunted? Maybe hitting it really hard to hear a voice line is actually the spirit within crying out in pain? Anyways, let's just add a whole collection of these silly gizmos onto our shelf. And for the next item, we're probably gonna wanna take some photos of all the fun shenanigans that'll go on during our party. So let's make sure we have this peculiar Pokemon camera, released in 1999 by Tiger Electronics. This gadget is so freaking funny looking, with the stretched out Pikachu, Pokeball lens, and blue Pokeball flash. And the most insane part is the goddamn Diglett button. Yes, you have to press a 3D Diglett button to take photos. That's amazing. But there's still yet another cool gimmick, because every photo you take with this comes with a silly Pokemon border. I really want to try this thing out, but I kind of ran out of time and budget for this video, so maybe he will make a guest appearance in a future episode, like cursed cameras or something, I don't know. Also, as usual, we always need somewhere to store our money, so let's take a look at the many cursed Pokemon piggy banks. First up, we got this doofus that's actually an official item from 2015. And look how far apart his eyes are, oh my god! And also the Pikachu 5 head is on full display. Oh my god, I want to give it a good old slap so bad. We also got this funny looking Squirtle with a massive gash in the back of his skull. And also a Charmander salamander looking But finally, we have this deranged knockoff Pikachu piggy bank. Just look at how goofy his face is. The Plonkachu. Wait, is that eBay listing $1,000? What? And for the next item, I found this ridiculous specimen that absolutely needs to go in our room. Funny little Pikachu egg dingus. The seller claims this is a vintage 90s Pikachu toy, but I just don't believe them. I think this is a case of Pokemon knockoffs being a thing for so long that even knockoff items themselves can be genuinely called vintage, which is honestly really funny. This video has been getting pretty long, so for the final item, we will talk about the most absurd type of knockoff items. The infamous Cursed Pikachu Mall Rides. Pretty much any popular series will end up having knockoff mall rides. You know, those coin-operated rides that always look so weird. But these Pikachu ones are genuine monstrosities of evolution. Why has God punished them in this way? They just look like someone went wild on Spore. The fact that these freakish creatures are roaming the same earth we do is enough to keep me up at night. Just look into his bloodshot eyes. The pure madness and rage contained within. All it knows is pain and suffering. So I think this item is worthy of being the final addition to our room. And for these to be crowned the definitive most cursed Pikachus of all time. And yeah, we're finally done setting up the cursed Pokemon sleepover. First, we'll have a pool party in the backyard, eat some dinner in the kitchen, get some cake from the cake table, go to sleep in the bedroom, and then go back to the kitchen for breakfast. I also decided to make a clean version of the bedroom where I just pushed everything into the corners, just to be more neat if you want, you know. Well, thanks for watching this video. This thing took way too much effort to put together, so make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I also left a link in the description to the high quality images of every bedroom I've made so far in this cursed product series, if you want to see them in all of their glory. Also, I love how after the sleepover, you just have to sleep in this mess of a room by yourself. So here's my rendition of what that would look like as the outro. Okay, bye!